Hi everyone and all Singaporeans brothers and sisters. Right now we know in Singapore, more or less has concluded who will be the next to take over Mr. Lee Hsien Loong position. Lawrence Wong will be the next Singapore Prime Minister. Dun 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 dun. Too bad Heng Swee Keat didn't want to take that position and literally threw that away, and now Lawrence has a chance. But if I were Lawrence Wong, I wouldn't take out the position too. Being a Prime Minister is very stressful in Singapore. Furthermore, he's not Lee, and many Singaporeans who are the sour grapes and the losers will criticize him like hell, and they could even make sick jokes about him. Really sick jokes. They will say things like he has not contributed to Singapore. But see the Worker Party, PVP, PSP, SDP, and whatever PP. Opposition's leaders have been doing a lot of things for Singapore, but Lawrence Wong didn't do anything so far. Lawrence Wong is not qualified because he doesn't even know how to speak Chinese and also Malay like Lee Kuan Yew. But is that really important? I don't even speak Hokkien. However, the thing I don't understand is why there are so many opposition's party in Singapore and they always like barking dogs with no solution brains. They keep on barking about the high cost of living in Singapore. But do you want to see Singapore become a sunny Lautama island? If we aren't happy, we can leave Singapore and move to other places to stay. Example, Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, and even Brazil or Mexico, etc. It's not like 20 years ago. Today we have become very international mobile to fly easily here and there, and this is what many foreigners are doing. And nowadays, who cares so much about patriotism like some of our grandfathers and grandmothers are talking about long time ago? We are in a modern world. Are we still so LK? People are living for themselves, are not so much about patriotism like before when knowledge is limited that time. Want to be Captain America or Captain Singapore? Ironically, the opposition also bark about things like buying an apartment is too expensive in Singapore. But when the property price is down, they also bark the government for cheating during bad times. In Singapore, we are seeing many oppositions barking every day without solutions, but just for the sake to garner support. Hence, we can see a lot of LGs are growing in Singapore. Even though we are unlikely to see how Lawrence Wong is able to perform to make Singapore better, we should support him. This is what democracy is all about. Since the majority has chosen PAP to become the government, people should respect it. The minority should admit defeat and stop barking. Democracy is not for dogs but for humans. At least Lawrence Wong has tried to solve the pandemic situation in Singapore, but what has the opposition done besides pointing out mistakes that the government is making just to make Singaporeans angry? Singaporeans are already stressed and angry, but what I see the oppositions are doing, they are merely adding fuel instead of using cooling extinguishers. As a matter of fact, it's easy to bark, but our Singapore minister have a big burden on their shoulder to bear to ensure Singapore will not fall, Singaporeans majority will live better, and their party to continue. Do oppositions have that kind of burden? Responsibility? They don't even care much that they will lose in the election next time. This is why there's no unity in the oppositions in Singapore, and each is doing their own things and collecting money from their supporters. They just know how to bark without caring about what will happen next. When Lawrence Wong becomes the PM and Lee Hsien Loong has to bye-bye, I'm sure that the oppositions will attack PAP aggressively and senselessly by taking advantage of Singaporeans who always like to complain. When the MRT trains or buses take more than 20 minutes to arrive, we complain. When GST increases, we complain. When we get only $100 incentive given by our government, we also complain. So all along, Singaporeans like to complain without doing any comparison with other countries. Other countries are even worse. But is there anyone in the oppositions really better than Lawrence Wong? They only know how to bark. Ho ho. In fact, there's no one. How about Lo Kiak Kiang? Chi Chu Chuan? Lim Ting? Tan Chen Bo? Oh my god. Or Lee Hsien Loong?